the camera's rolling, your heart pounds. It's thrilling to me.
Old school versus new school. Jack, recently there's been a lot of back and forth between retired greats and current players. The latest was Shaq questioning whether or not Donovan Mitchell is a #1 option for a championship team. You know, Charles is always saying some off-the-wall shit. Karl Malone came out of the shadows the other night and said something about Zion needing to get in shape and playing more minutes. What is your thought with this kind of ongoing beef that's been going on? Obviously, KD and LeBron jumped in to back Donovan Mitchell the other night, but there's a little bit of tension going back and forth between former greats and current stars.
It's a different time. They got to get over it. I mean, when you say the game was more physical in their day, yeah, but it's a different time. These guys are stars, man. These guys are carrying teams, and the game is different. So it's just some things they don't understand. And you, as a player, you can't feel like they should do what you would do.
I think this Shaq situation, I looked at it a different way, and I could obviously see how some people could think it was out of line, but I put myself in Donovan Mitchell's shoes as taking that as a challenge. You're one of the greats. This is how you feel. Okay, I'm about to show you. But I also think that he needs some help. You know, I thought Mike Conley was going to be that. Mike Conley's kind of fit into that nice third option role for them. Gobert is not an offensive threat. He's a defensive anchor. I think they need that one more go-to star for that team to really make that jump. So is it fair to throw all that on Donovan? That's kind of where the back and forth question goes. But what are your thoughts just overall as well about, you know, what Malone said about Zion and, you know, Chuck taking shots at people here and there? They're really kind of, like they said, that there seems to be some tension. And is it just they need to get over it, or is there more to it?
They definitely need to get over it. I mean, you got to think. A lot of these young kids, when they think basketball, when they think advice, they're not thinking Karl Malone nor Charles Barkley. They thinking Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, guys they looked up to. It definitely wasn't Karl Malone and Charles Barkley. So these guys probably just listening to it and ignoring it and moving on. These guys actually can't talk too much because they didn't win championships. You know, they were greats in my mind, but to these young kids, they look at championships, they look at greats as far as winning. And I know these guys not even paying attention to half the stuff that these guys say.
Yes, this will be interesting to see how Donovan Mitchell takes this, but also Utah's in a position right now. Are they going to be one of the teams that looks out for like a Zach LaVine or a Bradley Beal close to the trade deadline? And if they do something like that, that's definitely going to put them over the hump. So it's going to be interesting to see how Utah plays this. Best of luck for Donovan Mitchell. I think the beef is kind of always going to be cracking with some former players and current players, so it is what it is.